it's a new year, and with that comes new goals, new resolutions, and a lot of people's goals and resolutions have to do with being healthier, being more fit, being bigger, faster, stronger, whatever. So in this video, I want to just go over some basic firefighter fitness fundamentals. Now, this is something that's near and dear to me. I've looked all over the internet and I haven't found that many good resources directed at firefighters or people that want to become firefighters, whether it be to get stronger or be more fit or how to do better on your CPAT. And the resources that I have found weren't that practical. You know, I see a lot of videos out there where they say prepare for the CPAT and they're showing somebody dragging a non-charged hose line or going up and down with an air pack. You probably don't have a spare air pack laying around your house, and you probably don't have 100 feet of 1 3/4 laying around either. So what are some things that you can be doing while you're at home, whether you're trying to be a firefighter or maybe you're at home and it's an off day for you and you are a firefighter, that you can do to be more fit? So going forward this year, I also want to say that I'm going to begin making actual videos where you can follow along. I'll start out with some real basic stuff for beginners. Maybe you're new to fitness, or maybe you're just out of shape and you need to start somewhere. We're going to start working on core. We're going to start working on flexibility. We're going to be working on endurance. We're going to be working on all sorts of other things. So going forward, just know that those videos will be coming soon. But for this video, I just want to talk about some basic principles to kind of eliminate some confusion on where you should be going with your workouts, things you should be focusing on. So if you didn't know this, this was pretty shocking to me. Over 40% of firefighter deaths on the fireground are related to heart attack or overexertion. Now that's a tragedy. Any firefighter death is always a tragedy. But it also should be telling us something as a fire service. And what it should be telling us is that we're out of shape and we need to be in better shape. We need to take better care of ourselves. We need to improve our nutrition. We need to improve our strength. We need to improve our conditioning. Because if almost 50% of the deaths that happen are due to that, that's our own fault. So the other thing I want to talk about before we go into workouts is I don't want you to get hung up on the details. Working out and fitness is like anything else. You can really nerd out with it and go really deep into the science of recovery and nutrition. Don't get hung up on the details. Take your time, do the work, show up. Any workout or any sort of lifting, maybe you like to just go run 5 miles or 3 miles or 1 mile or whatever it is that you like to do, anything is better than nothing. However, there are some things that are going to be better for you as a firefighter. So the first thing I want to focus on is focusing on recovery over duration. So I had a trainer once that told me that fitness, the foundation of fitness, isn't necessarily how long you can exert yourself or how long you can do an exercise. Fitness is defined as how quickly you can recover from a hard exercise. And that's really firefighting in a nutshell. I mean, a 30-minute bottle on an SCBA is probably, with somebody really fit, going to last 29 to 30 minutes. You're not going to be just doing slow, repetitive movements on the fireground. It's going to be really hard, it's going to be really intense, and then you're going to stop. And then it's going to be really hard and really intense, and then you're going to stop. And then after that 20, 30, 40 minutes, however long you're in there working, you're going to go to recovery. And you're going to recover for 30 minutes. And then you're probably going to go back in. And now, obviously, that's all dependent on manpower and all that. But generally, it's start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. So your workouts need to be focused on recovery. How quickly can you recover from an exercise? And where that comes in is just basic interval training. Now, the other thing you need to focus on is you need to focus on endurance over power. And for a lot of people, they really like lifting weights, and lifting weights is awesome. And you can do a lot of good endurance, even cardio workouts with weights. But being just enormous and really, really strong, while it looks cool and it's great and it's good, it might not be the best workout for you as a firefighter. The bigger and the heavier and the stronger you are, the less flexible you are, and it's going to be harder for you to move and get in and out of areas. Now, I'm not saying you have to be skinny as a rail, but maybe focus more on endurance over just raw power. And one of the easiest ways to do that is your training should be training for time. As opposed to doing 5 reps of something, do something for 30 seconds or 1 minute. Now that might seem like a long time, and you're gonna have to drop the weights down, but it's probably over the long run, as far as your fitness goes, going to be better for you. Also, you're going to want to focus on dynamic and compound lifts, ones that involve your entire body. Ones like the deadlift, ones like the plank, the bench press, push-up, that works mostly upper body. It works other things as well, but focus on things that are going to target several muscle groups at once. Now, everybody likes having big arms and they look good, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with bicep curls or tricep extensions or anything like that, but at least focus the majority of your workout on things that hit your entire body as opposed to just one muscle group at a time. And then finally, make sure you stretch and recover. And a large part of recovery is proper nutrition. Now, I'm not going to go into that in this video as what proper nutrition is, but if you know that you're eating a lot of processed garbage, sugar, things like that, maybe try and cut those out of your diet. You would be shocked how it's going to improve your life in a whole bunch of ways. You're going to sleep better, you're going to have more energy, you're probably going to think more clearly. Focus on hydration, drinking plenty of water. I mean, I carry one of these things with me everywhere I go. A lot of people are just walk around, their baseline is dehydrated. Focus on stretching, recovery, and proper nutrition, because without those things, you can do all the work you want in the gym, but it might just get thrown out the window if you're not recovering properly. So those are just some basic things. Be sure to look for these videos coming out here shortly, going over, I think I'm going to start with just basic core workouts. And by the way, the early workouts are going to be things that you can do at home. You don't need a gym. You don't need weights. You don't really need any sort of materials or anything like that. And I can get into those later as the workouts progress, because unfortunately right now, a lot of places, gyms are locked down and people aren't allowed to go there, which we'll get into that another time, I guess. But these are all workouts that you can do at home on your own time with no equipment. And if you put in the work and put in the time, you will get significantly stronger and more fit. And again, they'll start with beginner ones, and as time goes on, they'll become more and more advanced, and they'll become more and more difficult. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, do me a favor and click the like button. That tells me that you like the content that I'm putting out. It also spreads it out over to YouTube more so that more people can enjoy the content as well. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.